un método de ese juego que tengo.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here.
And I miss you too, Ernie.
And I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here,
I
too.
miss you too, Ernie.
Thank you. Me too. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Miami as the Heat go up against the Houston Rockets. And for Houston, the waiting game is over. They've been building team chemistry, refining their strategy. They feel like they have a great game plan in place to nab a victory in Game 1. And tonight, we'll get to see it all unfold.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, the fourth member of our crew. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And here we go, the battle between conferences. It's East versus West, where the Miami Heat will be looking to make a statement. You know, Chris, I don't know if we can call it unexpected, but a couple highly regarded rookies have struggled so far to begin the year right out of the gate.
You have to learn your way in here. Just because you were great on one level does not guarantee you success at this level. And that's why you have to come in with a great work ethic and an open ear and a heart that's really trying to understand the concepts of the game. It's a huge adjustment. Going from college to the pros, you think about it, you're playing against guys that are stronger, guys that have more of a mental advantage because they've been through the situation that you're going through the first time over and over and over. The game is much faster, players are much better, and the thing I think is usually the biggest kind of separator of levels is that your athletic ability no longer means anything. Very rarely do you come from college being the best athlete and now the best athlete in the NBA. So many different levels, and you just hope that guys don't get caught in the struggle, but understand that the struggle for any player is part of the game, part of the transition from college to the pros.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Houston, we've got Devin Booker. Abdul-Jabbar is out there with Kenneth Faried. And there's Chauncey Billups. And it's Wilkins in at the small forward spot.
Wade has an incredible basketball IQ. I mean, when there are picks being set, he puts himself in a great position to score.
Faried, a screen on Wade. Using the screen, Booker, and he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy mid-range jumper, first bucket of the day.
That's all you want, is a good shot to get yourself in a rhythm. For him, he's going to want a lot more than that to come.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
He even knew he wasn't in good position. He tried to slide himself into a better spot. The official wasn't having it.
Houston making a switch here. Ayton's checked in.
Well, a high-octane offense in Houston, that's been a staple for any of Mike D'Antoni's teams. The Rockets, they do it a little differently. ISO ball, half court, threes, get out and run. They get buckets.
Now Kidd, following Billups' three-point attempt. That's tipped.
And using that wide reach to reject shots. Ayton can't afford to throw up weak stuff around the big fella.
For the Rockets, Bielitsa, he checks in for Abdul-Jabbar. Aminu comes in for Wilkins. And it's Napier in for Chauncey Billups. 58 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Again, the miss by the Heat.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Napier kicks to Bielitsa. And we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Yep, that one goes in there.
Al-Farouq Aminu, such a great passer in his position. I mean, he has good vision and knows when to dish it.
Waiters dishes to Gortat. Back to Waiters. Pocket 6. Here's Sharch. Offline with his 3. Booker outside. Over Waiters. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
I like that. Even though he's in a hurry, he still remains under control.
And that does it for the first quarter. Rockets lead by 6. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what do you think?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, right. Only the first quarter. Don't over-panic, but it seems like their strategy is working. We'll see if the other side can counter.
The Heat trail by 6. They've got Saric. Deion Waiters is out there with Murray. Then it's Gortat. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And stolen by Napier. And it's Houston on the break. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
NBA rosters are turning over faster, it seems, these days, Chris. How much do former teammates know about defending one another? Or is it a non-issue?
Oh, no, it's more than a non-issue, Kevin. You were right in your assumption that, listen, former teammates, they have a little more inside information. And you know why it matters? Because every day after practice, you know, the first thing guys do after they get their water, they play one-on-one. And so you understand guys' tendencies. You learn how they get into a rhythm. We're all creatures of habit. Let's remember what Kevin Durant did. Remember how he came down on the same end of the floor in the finals and hit the same tough shot over the extended hand that he did? Well, if you notice, he did that on his crossover, that right-to-left setup. And so if you know him, you may know that he's going to do that. And also, you may know that he has a counter just in case. It allows you to keep your hand out the cookie jar, not to gamble. It gives you an educated guess on maybe what some of the greatest offensive players in the world are going to go to next to get that bucket. Any piece of information matters. And, yeah, if you've been practicing against them, that's a good thing.
Gortat with the screen for Murray. Vanderbilt, it's tipped. Raiders against Booker. Here's the screen. Kicks to Ayton. Passes to Aminu. Shoots the 3. Hands it from downtown. Bielitsa's got his first 3 points of the game.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
And here we can check out the story on Dario Saric. A very nice season for him last year. Came in about 14 points per, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
An offensive juggernaut. I mean, he can just beat you in so many ways. You got to give it up for him.
Now here's Saric. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Well, I just like the all-around game Sarge possesses. I mean, it translates well this day and age. He's a big man who can do it all. Score, pass, rebound, defend. He's tough.
And that one falls from Saric. Saric nails them both.
And as great of a free throw shooter as he is, it's still a part of his game. He works very hard at it.
And there's the feet of Fareed. Kidd with the steal. And there's the pass away. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Phillips against Kidd. Puts up a three. Oh, and he almost had a four-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for three. They get Jason Kidd.
And Phillips is a clutch performer, someone who isn't afraid of taking big shots. I just love how fearless he is.
Three shots.
And the first one drops. And he's good on the second. And he nails the third.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Kidd kicks to Wade. Over Wilkins. Again, the miss by the Heat. Rockets leading by 12. Down low. Hayes with the steal. To the middle. Bertans grabs the board.
He loses concentration at the moment of truth and blows the layup.
Fareed, a screen on Hayward. Screen by Fareed. Outside Wilkins. 5 on the clock. Oh, and the dunk by Wilkins.
How about the high-flying acrobatics by Wilkins on that? Yeah, they call him the human highlight film.
And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Hammock. And the basket by Kidd.
And that's how you set a screen. Takes the D right out of the equation.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Wilkins passes to Billups. He kicks to Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Bertans, defended by Hayward. Fareed, a screen on Hayward. 14 feet away. Miami grabs the miss.
You got to give the D credit there. It affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
And so it's Houston holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, what needs to change going ahead in the second half?
It starts with getting some stops. We got to play off some misses, and we can't let them force us into 1 or 0 pass possessions. We've got to move the ball when we're in the half court, help each other with that, but we'd like to get some more in the open.
We'll see if you can get the pace where you want it. Thanks, Bo. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They lead by 11. And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
Well, they're getting higher percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They're definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
Kenny, what'd you think about Miami?
Well, obviously, they were outshot. I thought they mailed it in too many times in terms of their effort. People weren't moving, they weren't screening, and they definitely weren't hustling. They need to hit the ground running to be competitive in the second half, or they could get blown out.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third.
As we return to South Florida, a fantastic view of that famous stretch of sand, Miami Beach. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You gotta like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
Well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
Terrific first half on offense. This is how you draw it up. We'll see if they can maintain that efficiency going forward.
You know, see, Webb, every player wants to play in a system where what they do best is always highlighted. It brings out their strong points. What are some of the plays or actions that best suited your skills when you play?
One of the things that I needed was a great point guard. So whether it was Rod Strickland, whether it was Avery Johnson in Golden State, of course my man Jay Will, and that was guys that could get me the ball, that would trust, that would throw it up. Also, then that I could handle the ball, draw a double team, and get it out to them, and they could knock down the shot. Having a great shooter like Apeja would allow me to grab a double team and to look for him on the opposite side. So I needed teams that had great ball movement, that had players that could knock down the open shot, and then a team that could run would allow me to push the break or allow me to fill in the break and kind of do everything. Teams that would allow me to be positionless and not just be rigid or old in their ways and say, we play old traditional basketball that doesn't allow anyone to flourish with what they've been working on in the offseason.
Taking a look at the Rockets, they've got Abdul-Jabbar, Dominique Wilkins out there with Kenneth Faried. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Phillips in at the one. Inside, Hayes with the steal. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. Count it. Wade's got 4 points now in the quarter.
How's that for a start? Good on all three attempts so far in the second half.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Give it up for your team dancer.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Ayton, he's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Bielitsa comes in for Faried. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Dominique Wilkins. And it's Napier in for Chauncey Billups. Now, here's Napier. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Booker the pass to Ayton. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Just such strength on these finishes. When you foul Aiden, you really have to hit him to prevent the basket.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the free throw, no good.
You know, so much hype around Aiden. Has that rare combination of NBA-ready body, productivity, and upside.
And it's Houston on the break. Here's Napier. Lays it in off the breakaway. And it's an 11-point Houston lead.
Leaving the rest of the field in the dust.
Well, while he's out there making a play, everyone else is watching. Solid individual effort right there.
Now here's Waiters. There's a screen by Gortat. Here's Murray. The Rockets pull it in. Ayton's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Aminu. Buries it from 3-point range. Aminu's got the lead up to 14 now for the Rockets.
And over his career, Aminu really has improved his 3-point shot. I mean, the defense has to honor it.
Hayes dishes to Waiters. Murray outside. Hayes with the screen for Murray to end the run. No good on that one. And Houston the other way now. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Pass to Napier. There's 14 seconds left here in the third quarter. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Napier's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they've just been so...
You need to play in today's game. Two guards have to be able to make plays for others.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Rockets leading by 16. Gortat is out there with Hayes. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Hayward. And it's Kidd in at the 1. That's the group in the game for the Heat. He gets it in there. Abdul-Jabbar's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Houston.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
Well, they continue to extend the lead. Terrific play on both ends of the court.
In the corner, it's Hayward. There's a screen. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And with Hayward, you get a little bit of everything. The scoring, the passing, the rebounding. I mean, an all-around threat.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And the Rockets making a change here. Booker's checked in. Hayward hits them both. Houston leading by 16. Now Billups, screen by Fareed. Abdul-Jabbar kicks to Wilkins. 6 to shoot. Shot from the wing. Wade with the block.
Wade is an excellent shot blocker from the 2 spot. I mean, he's remarkable at timing his jumps and swatting shots back.
To the inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Screen by Fareed. Back to Abdul-Jabbar. And the dunk by Abdul-Jabbar.
Just terrific determination. First, compiling the lead, and now building on it.
Oh, man, and this is late in the game. It's tough for a team to come back. Everything has to fall into place.
Now a timeout called by Miami. They're trailing by 18. 1:39 left in the fourth. .139 left to play in the final quarter. Billups against Kidd. Shoots a fader. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
The Defense is doing just enough to bother him on the jump.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Rockets.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And that one misses.
Say what you will about Gortat, but the man just keeps producing. He gives you points, rebounds. He's a decent facilitator, and he does it all with good efficiency.
And the Rockets making a change here. Ayton, he's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Biel-Itza comes in for Kenneth Faried. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Wilkins. And it's Napier in for Chauncey Billups. And he sinks the second. NC Webb discussing Gortat. He gives you a lot that doesn't show up in the stat sheet as well.
He sets hard picks. I mean, he blocks out. He can play the enforcer role. He gives you a little everything apart from his long-range shooting.
Booker, right side, a three ball, and another three for Houston.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Yeah, that offense shifted into high gear. I love the attack mindset.
Murray kicks to Waiters. Pass to Šarić. To the paint. Aminu grabs the miss.
Even that close to the bucket, that's a very tough finish in that kind of traffic.
Houston in total control. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. There's the screen. Napier passes to Ayton. Just 4 to shoot.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
And he makes the first. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Raiders for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Now, here's Napier. So we see Houston taking the W here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.